A pandemic doesn't take a vacation, Chancellor Angela Merkel said, announcing an extension to Germany's coronavirus restrictions. German residents have been urged not to travel over the East. After playing one match behind closed doors, the Bundesliga has suspended its season until at least April 2. The Germany Football League had considered playing matches behind closed doors until Paderborn's coach Stefan Baumgart and defender Luca Killian tested positive for COVID. Cultural life has also taken a hit, with major fairs and trade shows cancelled or postponed. Among the casualties were the Leipzig Book Fair and the Musikmesse Frankfurt, Europe's biggest music trade fair. Numerous clubs, galleries and museums have closed across the country, and the Gala Award show for the annual German Film and Television Award, the Goldene Kamera, has been moved. The Chinese origin of the virus has led to an increasing xenophobic sentiment in the places worst hit. The Asian restaurants and stores, not just Chinese, have reported empty tables in countries hard hit by the pandemic, and people with Asian features have experienced it. At a recent Bundesliga game in Leipzig, a group of Japanese fans was ejected from the stadium. German airline Lufthansa has massively reduced its flight capacity as business and personal travel. Germany's social distancing measures have been extended through the end of the Easter holiday break. The flagship carrier is now seeking state aid, according to a report from Germany business newspaper Handelsblatt. Lufthansa CEO Carsten Sporer will be attending a meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, according to government. Car plants in China have been shut down since January, and major German automakers like Volkswagen and Daimler have said both sales and production have been hit. And with many automakers sourcing electric car parts from China, work at plants in Germany has also hit a stumbling block. Berlin has said it plans to financially support companies suffering coronavirus losses. The consequences for the German tourism sector are serious, warned Guido Zollek, head of the German Hotel and Restaurant Association. Already be the second week of March, 76. One of members had reported a sharp decrease in bookings and a drop in revenue. The German parliament has banned tourists from visiting the glass dome of the Reichstag building. In an effort to prevent further spread, Germany has closed its borders with France, Luxembourg, Switzerland, Austria, and Chancellor Angela Merkel announced on Wednesday following a call with state authorities in Poland and the Czech Republic had already begun spot checks, measuring the temperature of travelers crossing main road borders out of Germany. Preschools and primary schools across Germany have shut. The closures have affected more than 2 million children up to age 16 countrywide, according to Germany's Federal Statistical Office. German television stations have adjusted their programming in response to the school closures. Author, Martin Kubler, she said it was currently much too early to think about loosening the restrictions. It would be much worse to do it too early, and we are still very far away from what we need to achieve, the Chancellor added. Germany's population of over 82 million has been called on to reduce contact with other people except for members of their own household to an absolute minimum in keeping with the existing rule, including during the Easter holidays, according to a transcript of the call seen by New. Easter has to be different this year. Residents have also been called on to forego private trips and visits with relatives during the Easter school break, which end for most states on April 19. The restrictions also apply to church services. The Chancellor noted that she understands that the Easter holidays are usually a time spent with families and for taking day trips or longer vacations. The extension, which now keeps the restrictions in place until at least April 19, was agreed during a conference call between Merkel and the leaders of Germany's 16. That has to be different this year, Merkel said. The current restrictions in Germany will be reviewed again on April 14, the Tuesday after Easter, Merkel said. The Chancellor also voiced her support for efforts to develop a coronavirus tracking app to help monitor those who get infected and inform others about needing to potentially read more. Coronavirus and mental health, we're not made for social isolation. No obligation to wear masks according to the call. The federal and state governments agreed that people should not be required to wear face masks in public to stem the spread of the virus. However, wearing a mask also does not mean that the person is absolved from observing the other social distancing restrictions. The current measures ban public gatherings of more than 2 people, with exceptions for families and people who live in the same apartment or house. Residents have also been called on to keep at least a 1.5–4.9 foot distance to others. Merkel said that the federal and state governments are working on increasing the number of face masks available for nursing homes as well as for facilities for people with disability. Neighboring Austria implemented a mask requirement on Wednesday for everyone entering grocery stores. The current restrictions in Germany will be reviewed again on April 14, the Tuesday after Easter, Merkel said. Read more. What are Germany's social distancing rules? A pandemic doesn't take a vacation, Merkel said, announcing the decision. The restrictions were initially due to end on April. rs/SMS, AFP. Every evening at 18:30 UTC. DW's editors send out a selection of the day's hard news and quality feature journalism. You can sign up to receive it. London's Imperial College estimates that interventions as isolation have averted 59,000 COVID-19 related deaths in 11 European nations. 2020, with thousands of confirmed cases of the COVID-19 virus in Germany. The daily routine for many has, from football to flights, car manufacturing to culture. DW looks at life amid the outbreak. 16.03 2020, life is slowly returning to normal in the Chinese city where COVID-19 is thought to have originated. However, people here aren't sure if they can trust Beijing's claims that the danger has passed. The country is the worst hit by COVID-19 on the African continent. President Cyril Ramaphosa has responded with strict measures to contain the spread of the virus. Italy is in its fourth week of a strict nation. Speaking earlier in the day, Merkel said it would be far worse to lift the restrictions too early. Panic buying has left empty shelves in supermarkets and food banks. With Germans snapping up canned goods and toilet paper to weather the outbreak, stores have fewer supplies left over to donate to the needy, said Johann Brohl, head of Tafel Deutschland, which supports 5 million people with surplus groceries and other donations. Brohl encouraged those who had overreacted to donate.